Do you know how fast bamboo grows? It's fast, really fast. According to Guinness World Records, some species of bamboo can grow up to 2.91 feet per day or 1.5 inches per hour. How many of you started out in your business or a job enthusiastic, ready to tell the whole world all about it? How many of you, like me, soon learned that not everybody was quite so enthusiastic about what you had to offer, and they weren't opening their wallets to buy? Are you wondering what the speed in which bamboo grows has to do with sales? Well, sales is not bamboo and doesn't grow quickly. The practicality and art of sales is broken. Communication is dismal. There is a disconnect. We're craving service, conversation, and care. Yet, this has become a rarity. We need to fix it because everyone is a salesperson in one form or another. Have you noticed that we've come to a point where service is rarely given without expectation of extra payment? Tipping was once a motivator, a reason to do extra and have the satisfaction of being rewarded for a job well done. Today, it's become expected, regardless of the level of service. This has created consumer resentment. We've been thrown into a chaotic, broken society. Industries no longer seem to have loyalty or security for employees or customers. Why has this happened? We need to fix what is broken. Leaders need to get the buy-in to have employees believe in their corporate vision, its objectives, its goals. A sense of pride to go beyond the minimum must be encouraged. Because the world was denied human interaction for such an extraordinary length of time, people are wanting personal contact, real contact. People want to do business with you. So why not become unforgettable to them in a positive way? Make it easy for them to say yes. So if everyone's a salesperson in one form or another, be it the person selling you an obvious product or service, or perhaps the more subtle forms of, say, parents selling good behavior, the teacher selling the importance of education, or the server upselling you on appetizers or desserts, how do we encourage and instill what is necessary to repair the damage? How do we change it? We do it through changing attitudes and the narrative. We need to genuinely seek and find what is best for the other person. We do it through engaging in empowering conversational dialogue, be it in person, via phone, or electronic verbiage. Clear communication, sincerity, and authenticity needs to come through. We do it through training and transparency. But what if we all just stop selling? And instead, we just start coming from a place of true service by caring and sharing, giving with sincerity, whatever we have to offer, ensuring it's in the best interest of the other person. What if we invested of ourselves to communicate effectively so whomever we are sharing whatever with recognizes the value of what we're offering? Imagine being so committed to what is best for the other person that you would recommend someone or something else because what you offer wouldn't benefit them at this time. Isn't that a concept? Consider the difference in how your relationships would develop. They become one of respect and admiration. And this makes customers want to do business with you. You become part of their trusted network. And Does it get any better than that in business? Today, I'm going to share 3 tips for creating conversational sales dialogue regardless of the way it's communicated. Number 1, contrary to popular belief, it really is all about you. The sales process starts with you, how you think, feel, and perceive your product, customers, and yourself. Sales is about wants, needs, and consumers being seen, heard, and understood. There's an energy to it, and it comes through, positively or negatively. Customers are smart. They know, after all, aren't all of you one? Number 2, preparation. I encourage you to consider your sales cycle as something precious, to be nurtured, grown, and enjoyed by all who participate in bringing it to a success. Similarly to planting a luscious garden of deliciousness. So we'd start with decisions. Just as you'd prepare for planting something to grow in soil, similarities apply to sales conversations. First, you kind of need to want to do it. Not much fun if you don't. Then you need to decide, what are you going to plant? And so too, you must decide who you want to sell to and why. Next, perhaps some research on how to grow that plant and how to nurture it. Well, the same applies to your customers. And somewhere along the line, you're probably going to be eagerly anticipating enjoying the fruits of your labor. Mindset and hard set encompasses our whole being. It's made up of attitude, expectation, and enthusiasm for how we think and feel about any given situation. And speaking of attitude, let's make it a good one. Visualization and expectation. Are you looking towards success or fearfully worrying? You must look forward to and see success. Now, perhaps you're sitting there wondering, what does this have to do with creating a power dialogue? Everything. It's even more important than what you have to offer. Appreciation and gratitude. Say thank you and feel grateful for everything. When we were young and complaining, as children often do, right? My father, very simply and quietly, would say, I used to cry because I had no shoes until I saw the man who had no feet. Kind of puts life in perspective real quick. Intention. What do you intend when it comes to your business, your job, your employer, and your customer? Are you honorable? Know your products and your services. You may only get one chance to reach your potential customer. If you're floundering, you may, in all likelihood, lose them. Now, if you're selling or marketing a product or service that you don't like anything or much about, your prospect will know. I learned early on, while selling lingerie, how to be able to sincerely offer my customers garments, even if I thought they were hideous. And I did sometimes. How can you do the same? Well, become your own customer. Find 3 things that product or service can be used for and describe it as though you are someone who would love it or need it. And get creative. We all know that just because something is, designed for that doesn't mean it can't be used for something else. I'm constantly astounded by people who are so artistic, because I'm not, coming up with clever ways to repurpose and recycle. Resolve and anticipate objections so they are a non-issue. To the best of your ability, have honest, natural responses comfortably roll off your tongue so you always sound and are knowledgeable, prepared, and sincere. And when you address potential issues before a customer does, they're impressed. They become more comfortable because they realize you've considered their position, and they can trust you now to give them the right answers to meet and exceed their needs. And number 3, empowering the relationship. Participation is what dialogue is all about. Ask open-ended questions. This helps you meet your customer where they are. And it's important, listen to the answers. Have you ever been talking with someone and they say, "How are you?" And you say, "Oh, I'm not so good. Someone close to me died yesterday." And they go, "Oh, that's wonderful." Hear and pause before you speak. A conversation, especially in business, should empower all parties. And never underestimate your customer. Have you ever had the experience where someone's trying to convince you of something and you're thinking, "I don't think they're quite convinced themselves"? Yeah, I'm not the only one. Don't prejudge or decide for them. They will choose how and when to spend. And believe me, I learned this the hard way. You're serving your customers by helping them come to their own conclusion that change is necessary and good for them. When this is clear, they self-select and they sell themselves. Excuses, move beyond them. And fear. We all know about that. This is big. Find ways to work through it. And ask yourself, how can I better serve my customer, employer, my colleagues, and myself today? You should be your best customer. This, in and of itself, deserves very serious thought. And you know what? Have fun. You never know what that potential customer might be thinking after you've had a conversation, so you always want to leave them with a pleasant thought. And I'm sure you've heard it said before, people may not remember what you say, but they almost always remember how you made them feel. Creating a successful sales relationship takes time, effort, patience, and a whole lot more. It's not bamboo. So I ask you, would you buy from you? Thank you.